Stephanie, your host. Welcome to the Vampire Queen, Chapter 2, Diplomatic Immunity. So, we'll play to find out what the chapter holds for us. Chapter 2 of the Vampire Queen. Let's see to find out. You are not even 200 years old yet, barely more than an adolescent in vampire terms. And yet, if what your father has just told you is true, you only have 3 days left to live. Hmm. I don't want to die. Like it or not, I've got to get that amulet. My dear daughter, you look like you want to say something. Well, I'm all ears. Hmm. What choice on this one should I go for? Harnish, Hamish? How could you have let him do that? Or Alan, how could you do this to me? Or poisoning me was unnecessary, Father. Quite easily. I merely predicated it with which drink you would order, and laced it with poison prior to your arrival. That's not what I meant. Oh, you meant morally. How could I do that to you? Whether or not an act is mortal has really troubled me, Camille. You should know that by now. You bastard. You stand and bear your thanks to Alan. Yessa stands too and glare at you meaningly. Sit down, or things will have end well for you. You gradually sit down to your chair again. That's better. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, the mission brief. I'll, dr- I'll drive you directly to the embassy and wait outside. Just in, just in come there trouble you cannot handle. I hate the plan already. Oh, come on. Oh, come on now. It will be fun. Think of it as a road trip. Worst road trip ever. You hear Yesa whispering to Hamish. She is a clairvoyant. No, I don't think so. Just s- snarky. Ah, the embassy closes its doors to general public at 5:30 p.m. Therefore, you will neither have to sneak in, force your way in, or conceal a story as to why you're there after hour. I shall be very interesting in seeing which approach approach you attack. Is this some kind of a test? No, not at all. There are no wrong answers. Think of it more as my an icebreaker, a way for me to get to know my dear daughter. Once you are inside, you should locate Ambassadors Christine. Our intel indicates that he has the combination for the safe on him. What's if the safe in which is hidden behind the painting of two star-crossed lovers on corridor 4B. Inside is the safe. You will find the medallion of the seven. Return it to me, and the first stage of the Queen trial will be complete. I'll try. I sense that you will not. You still are not fully motivated. Despite the potent poison which is currently working its way around your body. Here is an added incentive. Rediscovering the medallion is also the first step in awakening your mother's from her slumber. So, if you will not do it for yourself and you will not do it for me, then do it for her. What would be my choice? Would I do it for myself? I'll do it for my mother, or I'll do it for you, Father. My mother, I guess. If you were laced for poison, do you value your life as being vampire? Or you want to see your mom? Very tricky question, actually. I would rather. So unlikely to save yourself. Will do it to me. How can you see your mom if you don't succeed? But by succeeding means the trial is one step done. Her, your mother. I would be nice to get to know her. I hope she's nice. Nice? Well, I suppose compared to another vampire, you could describe her as nice. She can't be any worse than you. Well, then, let's get going. My car is parked outside. You leave the restaurant with Alan and proceed to his car. It's a black Audi Q3. Wow. Nice. Nice car. I'll drive, or now drive. You drive. Or can you tell me about the elders? The last choice doesn't make any sense. You're talking about your fate being a vampire queen. If you cannot do it for yourself. Anyway. Are you the type of vampire who wants, or you big snobbish? You know what? You drive. But of course, you both get in the car. Alan sticks to the back hood as he drives towards the embassy building. You are unsure whether it is as a precautionary measure or he is trying to prolong the journey. Alan trying on the car stereo. A Meatloaf song comes on for to your surprise, and Alice doing sings along to it. I'd like a bat out of hell. I'll be gone when the morn comes. Hmm. Suddenly he sings, huh? What would be your reaction? Is he taking his time? Or what's the purpose of stalling? Unless she wants you dead. Doesn't take any benefit at all. So please don't sing or sing along, or don't you have any more modern music? I am a 300-year-old vampire. For me, the 70s are modern. Fair point. Alan carries on singing. What the ride is over, like a bat of hell. I'll be gone, gone, gone. A few minutes later, you spot another car broken down by the side of the road. The, the car drives. The car driver is waving you down for assistance. Alan stops just behind theirs. Why are you stopping? You will need to be a full strength for your mission. Now is a perfect time to feed. Alan gets out of his car and greets the other driver. Hello, what seems to be the problem? Thanks for stopping. I'm not sure, maybe the angel engine just overheated. Would you mind taking a look? Not at all. Alan walks with the driver and raises the bonnet of the car, observing your view of what's happening. I guess then Only one of them will be coming back. With a second, I sense somebody's moving towards me. They're crouched down low, approaching the other side of the car. Hmm, what could it, who could it be? So I got the choice of slam the car again against a stranger, or let the stranger enter the car, or pound through the window the, at the car stranger. You slam the car door against the stranger, knocking her to the ground and causing her to drop the handgun she was holding. You kick the gun away and grab the woman. She she is at your mercy. No, please don't. Hmm. What would you do in that time? You need to feed like an animal to have strength. You should run or feed. Hmm. I think you should run. The woman gets out of the car and starts to run. She doesn't get far. Alan easily catches up with her and digs his fangs on her neck. When he finishes with her, he tosses her dead body onto the ground. Alan returns to the car. We should go. You still have work to do. Alan carries on driving until you near the embassy building. I shall be waiting for you. Don't disappoint me, Camille. You got out of the car. The impressive embassy building stands ahead of you. I can see two security guards patrolling at the front of the building now. Should I play this? You trick the guard into thinking you belong there. You walk towards the guard and hear what they're discussing before you reach them. You think we should throw him out? Why bother? Paul's harmless though. Harmless enough. Plus, it's fun to guess how long he'll want wait before he gives up. I don't think we will give up, says he's on a mission. I heard he was trying to raise funds to build a spaceship like Colossi or the Colossal, I think. They stop talking as you near them. Embassy is closed. Come back tomorrow. I love to, but my boss still inside. Your boss? Paul? He's with Colossus Project. I'm Samantha Zone. His research assistant? I'll have to read you this in. So, go ahead. He walks away from you and calls his superior. A short while, he returns. Okay, your story's checked out. Your boss is waiting outside. Ambassador Criskin, room on the 8th floor. Thanks. I'm surprised that works. Who is Paul and why did he collaborate my story about being his assistant? Just before you enter the embassy, you hear the security guards talking to each other again. The ambassador sure getting a lot of strange visitors tonight. Well, first of all, then that tall black guy, now her. What's next? You enter the embassy. You make your way through the ground floor of the embassy building, doing your best not to draw too much attention to yourself. Eventually, you come to an elevator. There is a sign on the elevator door which details who can be found on which floor. Ambassador Criskin, 8th floor. You boarded the elevator. It slowly starts to rise to the 8th floor. Suddenly, you hear a loud thud on the elevator roof. Then the roof hatchet is open and the man you recognize jumps into the elevator with you. It's Sergey, my ex, a vampire from Russia. When we first got together, I thought we'd be together forever. That lasted that lasted until I caught him in a bed with two women and uh, uh, two other women werewolves. She Shortly after then he disappeared, leaving me in Alan's clan. Hello, Camille. Did you miss me? Hmm. Why is this guy Sergey, your ex, showed up somewhere when you're about to do something? Is he part of the plan or what? Or it just happens to be there? So what would be my answer? Not really. Why have Where have you been? Of course you can ask that. Or what are you doing here? Of course. Of course, I think I'm going to ask him that. What are you doing here? The same as you. Your father hired me to retrieve the medallion of the seven. I've just driven here with Alan, and and he didn't mention anything to me about you. Huh, I guess the, that means he trusted me to sure, make more than, ah, I guess that means he trusted me more than he trusts you. Or you're lying. As usual, the elevator doors open as it arrives on the 8th floor. You exit the elevator with Sergey, with a man waiting patiently as on a seat nearby Ambassador Kriskin's room. He's wearing a name tag which says Visitor Paul. He turned to look at you both on approach. If you were here to see Ambassador Kriskin, then you will have to join the queue. I have been waiting to speak with him for 6 hours now. Who's this Paul they're talking about? Uh, we could wait for being. We could wait. We could. We won't. We won't be waiting that long. Or why do you need to see him? Or why do? Why don't you give up? Hmm. If the guys. Yes, that's what I thought too. We can't wait that long. The sun will rise before then. Sergei approaches the Ambassador Kriskin's door and knocks loudly. At first, nobody's answer. However, other Sergei knocks evenly louder. Finally, the ambassador's superintendent uh, surrender and opens the door. Stop that internal knocking. Do you know what time it is? Sergei stares into the ambassador's eyes, hypnotizing him with cease. Uh, it is time for you to invite us into the room. Oh, yes, I should invite you into the room. You'll better come in. Come on in. Hey, wait for a second. I've been waiting here for hours. The ambassador seems to haven't seen anything, and he walks into his office. Tough luck, I guess. You're not as pretty as I am. That's totally unfair. To You entered the ambassador's private room with Sergei. Now, how can I help you? Well, you said you were going to tell us the entire combination, remember? I did. Sergei stares deep into the ambassador's eyes again, reinforcing reinforcing the hypnotism. I did, didn't I? It's 03-11-246572. Very good. Now go to sleep. The ambassador yawns. Yes, a nap would be very good. Ambassador Criskin falls asleep on the floor. Wait, what did you do to him? Of course, hypnotism. It is the first day. You know me. Oh, yes, I remember. I never show you before. Really? Then tell me, what do you when you get this power? Hmm. Alan has given it to me. I thought hypnotism is part being a vampire. You can command to do what what you want to do with the human. I unless a vampire refuses to know what his abilities are. Are you sure you always look at your left when you lying? Maybe I changed my little habit since you haven't seen me in a long time. But no buts. Aren't we going to get the medallion and leave right away? Or waste time here and get killed? You're right. I'll shut up. Without saying another word, Sergei swiftly leaves the ambassador's room. You hurry after him. Back in the corridor, Paul blocks Sergei's path. Wait, why, why he sees you so much sooner and you don't give me that I'm so pretty? The pretty line. Sergei pushes Paul back again one the corridor wall. Hard Paul bumps his head, falling unconscious. Hmm, what do you do? You just have to hurt him, or you uh, you haven't changed a bit. True, but it was so fun and easy. I was also hoping that it would save me from having to justify myself to an idiot. I must have forgotten that you were still with me. Asshole. You entered the elevator again and head to room 4B. Well, we got the combination. Well, we've got the combination, and there's the painting of two star-crossed lovers, Romeo and Juliet. Sergei pulls the painting off the wall and casts it one side to reveal the safe which was hidden behind it. What are you waiting for? Enter the combination. Wait, what was it again? Huh? It's 03/11/24/45/72. Okay, okay, it's 03/11/24/65/72 done. You hear it click, then the safe door swings open. There are all sorts of treasure within, including, oh, that's the amulet. The, the medallion of the seven. It's beautiful. They say it was created by Lilith, the very first vampire. It was one of the vampire queen to wear it. Supposedly she would she would because powerful enough to unite all vampires behind her. Do you really believe that? Not really. Enough. Really enough. Not really enough. People do believe in believe the legend for it to the very valuable thought. Go, go, go on, take it. You reach out for the amulet for the medallion of seven. You feel a slight burning sensation and the medallion of the seven temporarily glows with an orange light and turns to purple. Good. You remove the protective words. Now I'll be taking the medallion of seven. What do you do? What protective words? Or Alan didn't hire you, did he? Who are who did? Or over my dead body? Do you realize that you you're a vampire, don't you? That line doesn't really work. Damn it. Yeah. Well, you're still not taking the medallion seven from me. I won't let you give it to them. You don't have a chance, a choice. Sergei lifts one of the heavy bust sculptures and flings it at you with all his might. You manage to dodge to one side of the celebration. It is short-lived. Sergei kicks you, sending you flying against the wall. An alarm sounds as you strike the medallion from your finger. You dash towards it, but Sergei is faster and reaches the medallion first. Y- I'm really sorry, Camille. It's order from the elder. I have no other choice. I have no other choice. I'll make it up to you next time, I promise. No, Sergey, no, please, wait, wait. You. Goodbye, Camille. I'll miss you. He he dives out of the window and humbly on his feet on the ground below. No, he got the medallion of 7. I failed. The poison. I'm going to die. To be continued. The reason why you're forced to get a medallion because you have no choice because your father laced the poison on your drink, and the only cure according to your Alan, your father, is the medallion. I'm curious, why does the elder wants the medallion, and now your days are numbered? If you have, if I'm not sure um if I made the right choice saving myself, or uh I don't know. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please do like my comments and subscribe on the video. On the upper lower right side on the screen, it says S. That's for Stephanie, or stories I play, which anyway, or make comments about the video and the story of chapter 2. Oh, we'll see the next chapter, guys. What's gonna happen to my character, since the medallion